Hello and welcome. This is Rising Dawn 144. Got a collective message going out. Please excuse my voice. I've been fighting a cold for like a month. But anywho, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. So at the bottom of the deck, we are starting out with Whale Song, resonating. And this is talking about stepping out of everyday routines and staying in the moment, resonating with right now, this moment, and actually seeing, stop and smell the flowers, that type a vibe, because you miss out on so much when you're just focused on the end goal of the day. You just got to get through work. First, you got to get the kids to school. Then you got to go to work. And then you got to go grocery shop. And then you got to cook the dinner. And you just want to, until you can put your pajama pants on and sit down and relax. That's your end goal. This is talking about stepping out of that and being in the now moment as you go about that. The netcaster preparations come to fruition. That speaks about everything. It talks about praying and hoping and wishing for so long that you just kind of give up on it. Like, even if you're still praying and everything, it's just not with the passion because it hasn't came. At least you don't see that it's came. This talks about it's here. Your prayers have been answered and it's here. All you have to do is cast your net and grab a hold of them. It's going along with this now moment. It's like like if you're focused on everything else, you're going to miss this opportunity that's right in front of you. That's what I'm feeling. So then we move on to the jeweled web, the connectivity. This talks about trying to figure out the answers, trying to, like, here you come and get messages to confirm either what you're already feeling, confirm situations you're going through, or are you going to get the desired outcome? Once again, worried about the end game, which that's natural. That's totally natural. But this is talking about seeing how everything is connected. This is a spider web and it has jewels in the intersections. And once again, that's talking about stopping in that moment to recognize that jewel that's in that intersection, that crossroads, it's there for you. Everything is connected, so you don't need to know the end game. It's all connected. It's all happening for you. You just step into that now moment and you'll see these opportunities just coming. The drifter experience in life as it comes, that's letting go of the reins, letting go of control. That's trusting. That is absolute trusting. The overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. That talks about, once again, it talks about staying in the now moment. Because sometimes we can get our prayers answered, get our wishes coming true, but then it becomes so overwhelming and it just becomes kind of a burden rather than the joy that you wanted. So this overflow talks about, by going through these steps of stepping into the now moment and recognizing what's in front of you, recognizing every step in that moment without projecting out into the future or thinking about the past or anything like that, just staying in that moment and savoring it and what's around you and what is coming your way and what is presented to you. Taking it in moment by moment will stop the overwhelm once you get this abundance. We have first breath, beginner's mind. That's letting go of the reins. This is when you step into this path, and every one of these cards, other than this one, every one of these cards is talking about the now moment and letting go of the future outcome letting go of anything other than the now moment. So that's what I'm getting right here. That is the main theme. The universe is working with you. You've done what you needed to do. Your prayers are being answered now. But you have to be able to notice them. So the first breath beginner's mind talks about this is going to be a whole new way of living. A whole new way. You're going to have a whole new appreciation for anything. It could be a flower blooming. It could be a blade of grass. It could be a butterfly. It could be anything that gives you that feeling, the feeling of plenty, the feeling of abundance, the feeling of being heard by the universe and actually being provided for. And this is a whole new way of being. And once you get this ball rolling, it's going to be beautiful. And every now moment is just going to get better and better and better. Okay. Got so much out here. All right. Let's see what these are deep cards. Gonna see what they need to. These cards usually are talking about the inner process that you've gone through, dark night of the soul, shamanic kind of work. All right. Show me what needs to be seen. The release, letting go. Emotional liberation, healthy emotional expression. Yeah, releasing control. The guardian flame. This is power, protection, transformation. This is a guardian, guiding and defending against the darkness. You're being protected, you're being guarded. You don't have to worry about that. You release control. The shrouded keeper. Let go of fear. Light fills the dark spots in your heart. Inner resilience and protection, protecting hidden truths. You're protected because you're protecting hidden truths. The guardian of grace. This is setting boundaries with grace. Compassion and serenity are your shield in a challenge. Compassion and serenity. Okay, yeah. All right. That you're also going to be able to protect yourself more, create a boundary, healthy boundaries with grace, as this says. Because you're in the now moment, you're aware. There's no reacting. There's no like lashing out. There's no getting anxiety or anything because you're in the now moment. You're not worried about the future. You're not worried about the past. You're right here. You're right now. And by doing this and setting these boundaries with grace, because you're not reacting to situations, you're responding to them. You can let go of your fears. One more, please, about this guardian of grace. Wow. So you're being protected. The crowned ascension, integrity and wisdom, empowerment, divine wisdom, leadership. Rise above with grace and authority. Embrace inner power. Wow. Okay, so you're a guardian of some type of hidden truth. Harbinger. Okay, fear of change can block your path. Transformation, revelations. This is unexpected. The Harbinger. Thorned redemption. The beauty emerges from pain and trials. That's where you're at right now. You're protected because you're protecting hidden truths. You are a guardian of grace. You're being crowned. Tell me about this release. You don't have to throw them at me. With release, we have ascendancy, liberation of attachments to the material world, radiant expanse out of darkness. Okay, so any emotional pain, trauma that you've been through, and I know you've been through it, because that's what we do, right? Anyways, by letting go of having to know everything and having to know what's coming your way, what the end of the day is bringing, what tomorrow's bringing, by letting all of that go, you can sit within yourself in that moment and you can feel your feelings and you can regulate them the way you need to regulate them. You can understand them, you can investigate them, because you're not letting them control you. You're taking control over them by releasing the control they have. You know what I mean? I hope that made sense. So by doing this, it's making you expand. You are consciously expanding, letting go of the attachments of having to know everything. Freedom, peace, liberation, realizing your spiritual freedom, mastering the soul journey to enlightened being. That's why you're being guarded. That's on top of that guardian. You have a purpose. We all do, but whoever I'm talking to, you need to know this. You have a purpose, and it's very important. The Shrouded Keeper is protecting hidden truths. The approach, the final challenges before mastery. Focus, trust the path. This is your soul initiation. Descent, journey to confront shadow self, expanding hidden aspects of self. That's what you do when you sit in that moment. When you analyze the feelings that come up, rather than letting them control you or ignoring them because you don't like how it feels or whatever. That is the process you go through when you go in the dark night of the soul. And this is descent. This is talking about going deep down into those caverns. This one, the Shrouded Keeper with the Mastery card, that is filling all the dark aspects of your heart with light. So you had to go in there and see the darkness in order to confront the darkness. And the only way to do that is to be in that moment and sit with those feelings, sit with those emotions. That is the only way to do that. And it looks like you're doing it. You're doing it. So if you're wondering if you are on the right path, whoever I'm talking to, if this is resonating with you, absolutely. Yes, you are doing it right. That's don't lose hope. That's what this card talks about. You put out your prayers and you asked the universe, you've asked whatever for so long, and it just seemed like you weren't getting anything in return. And it's almost like, even if you still believed, it's like you lost hope in that. You gave up on it because you're like, why am I going to keep getting my hopes up when nothing comes back? This is talking about the times here. It is now. Your moment is now. That's the title of this reading, the now moment. Now. That's all that keeps popping in my head. This is now. Crown Ascension. Talking about this Crown Ascension. Okay, we got 2. Surrender and the return. Reintegrate self with sacred wisdom. Homecoming after the transformation. That's the beginner's mind, the first breath. Surrender, wisdom of liberation. Let go of control. Intelligence. Intelligence of ebb and flow of life. That's what the web was talking about. You don't have to know what all those intersections, where they're leading. You don't have to know that. Just get to that crossroad and look for the treasure. Because every crossroad that you hit, there's something there for you. Whether it is emotional pain, torment, anything like that. It was there. Find the jewel. Find the jewel that's hidden in that. The pain, If you're going down into this descent, into this dark night, which if this path I'm talking about, you've been there multiple times. Go deeper every time. That's where you find the jewels. That's a very deep path. Not everybody can do that. It's very hard to sit with that pain and understand it and find where it's coming from. And it's almost like reprogramming ourselves. We've been programmed our entire lives, as well as our parents and all those before them. We've been programmed, and all that programming is going haywire because it's not natural. None of it's natural. And you have 2 cards right here that speak specifically of ascending. You're part of the new. You're part of what's coming in. Reward at the bottom of the deck. Persevere for spiritual attainment and mastery, soul's radiant essence, realization of who you are. You're very important. That's coming through so you need to know that. You need to know that. I don't know. Let's see if tarot's got anything good for us. Yeah, releasing control and staying in that now moment seems to be the advice that I'm supposed to give you. What do they need to know? Show me clearly. All right, starting out with 10 of Cups. Sweet. Happy family, happy emotions, very happy emotions, strength. Tell me about the strength. 2 of Pentacles. A decision. Could be about finances. Oh, right there. 7 of Swords. Okay, making a decision. Death and rebirth. Okay, the 7 of Swords talking about someone trying to steal stealing your stuff. But on this card, they're exposed. The birds are telling on them. The moon is shining a spotlight right on them. By staying in this now moment, that's what I'm getting from this. I get this as energy. I'm not getting this as a person. By staying in the now moment, you see, how do I want to say this? You see the trickery. Like in the collective, kind of like in the people around you, you're sitting in the now moment and you're watching, you're observing, you're listening. And that's how you need to make your decisions. That's, yeah, like Ten of Cups, stay in your happy place, because that is having all your emotional needs met. Strength talks about keeping your, it's not temperance, but it's also, keeping your inner lion tame, calm, cool, and collective. Like you're ferocious like a lion, but you're also gentle as a lamb. Staying in that now moment, you regulate yourself and you're able to make decisions, stay balanced, no matter who comes and messes with you, no matter who. It's like being in this moment that the spotlight's going to be on the problems. So then you can maneuver around them easily before they even realize that you know what's going on, because we have death and rebirth right after that. This isn't going to be this your first breath, your beginner's mind. It's going to be a whole different way of living. A whole new you. Whole new you. Right there, Queen of Cups. Your heart's desires. Emotional fulfillment. Open heart. Ten of Cups. Yeah, you're going to be able to see it and keep an open heart, because they're not going to be able to affect you, because you see them coming miles away. You see it because you're staying in that moment. You're not worried about, groceries. You're not worried about this. I'm not saying quit taking care of your family. As you do those things, stay in the moment. That's those intersections. Celebration, Four of Wands with the Ten of Cups. Talking about strength. Judgment. Ten of Wands flipped out. This Judgment card talks about you judging yourself, basically. That's what that is. That's you doing the inner work and calling judgment on yourself. That's realizing, and judgment isn't, everyone wants to, like, oh, you're under judgment. If you're a good person, that judgment's going to go out, is going to be good for you. And this shows the spirit ascending. You have the strength to see who you are and what you deserve. The Tower with that Two of Pentacles. Right there. Seven of Swords. You have the Magician. You're going to be able to, death and rebirth, make your decisions. Hang on. Queen of Swords with the Queen of Cups. That's right. You have an open heart because you're in this now moment, so you can see everything coming at you. You hear everything. You're able to analyze the situation in that moment. So the Queen of Swords. You have an open heart, though. So it's not like you're being the big B. Yeah, I'm getting with this Two of Swords, this card, she's blindfolded, and I'm feeling with this death and rebirth, you're going to learn how to discipline yourself so that you can start to, like, it's going to go to, you can see the obstacles coming your way. You can see what people are getting ready to do. So then you can maneuver ahead of them, like 10 steps ahead. And they don't even affect you. And if they do, it's very minimum because you went right around them. You're going to start to feel it where you don't even have to see it. You're going to feel it and you're going to move accordingly. And you're going to be able to look back and be like, oh, wow, I really escaped from that situation, didn't I? Just by that one little choice that I made. That's how you're going to start manifesting. Oops. Yeah, you're coming. It's like you're coming online. You're coming online. Victory and recognition. The Emperor. Okay. Okay, that talks about, victory and recognition that you are creating this. You're creating your own reality. You're creating this. You're creating your whole world. That's what you come to realize, and you're going to be able to manifest just by going in meditation, like with your eyes closed. In your now moment, relaxed state, open heart, but with the truth. You're recognizing, or you're going to recognize, your powers. Two of Cups. Five of Wands. Okay, what's this Two of Cups? Okay, let me finish this line. Okay, we have obstacles. Now we have Five of Cups. Come on. All right, I got two. This one wanted to really be seen, though. What's this Two of Cups? Could talk about emotional balance, keeping emotional balance during that Tower moment. That's exactly what it's talking about. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. The full card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we got the Hangman. The Hangman talks about going through the cycles, starting out as the Fool. And when you get to the Hangman position, you've went through so much. You've gone through, what is it? I mean, you've gone through the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Chariot, and the Strength, and the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, and Justice. So you've been through so much. You've been through so many lessons, trials, tribulations, that you're literally hanging upside down just waiting for death. And I don't mean literal death. Like, you're just waiting for death to come in situations that are over. Remember, you released control. So at this point, it's like you go into meditation and you do your thing and let the universe clean the slate. But anyways, okay. So this is maintaining the emotional balance. That's what this Two of Cups is with this Tower. And this all started with that decision you made about your strength and your abilities and believing in yourself. Learning how to manifest, but I think you've manifested for a long time. You just weren't aware that you were manifesting because you were in torment. Like, you had a lot of emotional baggage, you had a lot of unhealed wounds, whatever, the list goes on and on. But you did the work. And you did the work. And you're still doing the work. So keeping this emotional balance, standing your ground by overcoming the challenges through manifestation. Five of Cups, I love this card for Five of Cups because that's talking about crying over spilt milk. But in this one, she has the 5 cups, the 3 cups are spilt. She's got her 2 full cups right there sitting, and she's dumping them into the portal of the universe. She released control. And she took what little bit she still had, these 2 cups right here, and she's pouring them back into the universe because she trusts the universe. She trusts spirit. She trusts the plan. And that allows you to heal from these wounds. That allows you to heal from them and understand them in a different way, to the point where you're like, okay, lesson learned, many lessons learned. I'm going to hang out here and I'm going to chill until the universe adjusts everything for me, because that's what I'm manifesting. You're taking a leap of faith. So that was beautiful. That's amazing. Whoever I was talking to, if this resonates with you, keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. You are someone important. That's why you're being protected. Just keep doing what you're doing and stay in the now moment. That seems to be the message with this tonight. So stay in the now moment. Until next time, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side.